Hello and welcome to day 6 of 30-day booty. Today we're going to do some of my favorite exercises. So you can do this with just body weight. You can do this with just body weight hanging onto something for balance, and you can make it a little harder by adding some weight. I'm going to use a kettlebell today because it's a little easier to pick up a great deal of weight with a kettlebell, and the lower center of gravity makes the balance a little bit easier. I'm going to also show you one more way to power it up if you want to make it extra hard. So take your weight, if you're going to use one, hold it in one hand, and you're going to stand on the opposite leg. I'm just going to tip that down just a tiny bit so you can see my feet, maybe. You're going to stand on the opposite leg to the hand holding the kettlebell or weight or dumbbell, and you're just going to reach down, touch the floor, rise back up, and really use that glute. So we're gonna tip, tap, and rise back up. If you'd like to make that a little bit harder, you can tip and tap and flip that back up. So we're gonna do that 15 times. Tap, and we're just really isolating that glute, a little bit of hamstring, a little bit of lower back, a little bit of abdominals. That's 5. I'm going to show you the next 10 with a little bit of embellishment. I'm going to put that weight down on the floor, grab it with the opposite hand before I rise up. And what that's doing is shifting my center of gravity, challenging my balance a little bit, as you can see from me falling over, but it puts a little bit of more challenging pressure onto that whole hip area. So don't worry if it feels hard, because it is hard, and that's how we get strong. Now, this passing the weight from hand to hand is definitely a level 3 option, because it does make it quite challenging. That's why it's one of my favorites. You know it's working because it continues to be hard. I'm going to do 3 more passes, and I think that gets me to 15 repetitions on that leg. Whew. Nice. All right, now we're going to do the other side. So I'm standing on the opposite leg. I'm starting with the kettlebell in the opposite hand, and just for the sake of my own personal symmetry, I'm going to remember to do the first 5 with this opposite hand to supporting leg hold. And that, from a balance perspective, is the easiest way to balance it, other than just using body weight. So that was 5. I'm going to do the last 10 with the alternating arm grip. By keeping the knee straight on the supporting leg, you're just keeping your quadriceps out of it. So if you need your knee to bend to make this work for you, bend your knee. All that's going to happen is you're going to spread out that workload just a little bit more and get a bit more quad strength. By keeping the knee almost straight but not locked, it just allows me to get that isolation into the glute a little bit more. And we're never really isolating a muscle, but we can concentrate all of that challenging goodness into that area that we're targeting this month. All right, I think this maybe is my 10. Great. Whew. So that was 15 repetitions of that total, 15 on each leg. Now I'm going to take my heavy weight, and you don't have to have a weight, but if you do, put it on your lap, and then you can take yourself to the edge of the couch, edge of the chair, anywhere you feel like it. Get your head and shoulders supported, And that weight's just sitting there right at the hip crease. It's gonna figure out where it wants to go. But I've got my feet just about hip distance apart, and I'm dropping my butt almost all the way down to the floor, and then pulling it back up. I'm gonna use my hands to make sure that kettlebell doesn't roll away, because that would be loud and painful, possibly. But you can do whatever you want to with your hands. If you have a barbell, you can set the barbell across your waist, which is a really great way to do these. And you can just do them with body weight. Or you could put a small child on your lap, or your best friend, or a jug of milk. I'm not here to judge you. I have a 26-pound kettlebell on there today. And the nice thing about these is that you can actually take a little bit more weight. So if you really want to build some muscle there, you can load up a barbell and get some good work done. Just stretching and squeezing that glute max. I'm gonna do 4 more of these, and I'm gonna call that 20. We'll see if I was right. Certainly want to do at least 15 of them. And then I could get myself back up, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sit on the floor, which is the easiest way to get out of that. And that's all you got today. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I will see you tomorrow.